Okay, so this is the video where we discuss the Mohr circle construction. Paano ba siya gawin? Okay, so Mohr's circle. So the Mohr circle for plane stress, this is just an alternative, better alternative for the transformation equations. So kasi nga daw, with the graphical representation, mas nabivisualize natin yung nangyayari sa mga stresses as the angle varies. Nakikita din natin how the stresses varies. And second, using Mohr circle, hindi na natin kailangan gumamit ng formula ng pagkahaba-haba tsaka i-memorize to kasi using trigonometry, makukuha na natin yung mga hinahanap natin na stresses, for example, and the other unknowns. Okay, so paano ba tayo maka-construct ng Mohr circle? Paano ba to gawin? So let's have the state of plane stress. So mag-drawing tayo dito ng differential volume with the enclosing the point. So i-drawing pala natin yung mga stresses. So let's say this is sigma x, sigma y, and then opposite direction. Tapos so yan yung mga stresses. So ang first step na gagawin natin is to plot the points na dalawa. So these 2 points will be coming from our x face and our y face. So sa x face natin, kung ano man yung normal stress na nararamdaman niya, tapos kung ano yung kanyang shearing stress, i-note natin yan. So this is our point na 1 kung saan ipa-plot natin sa isang sigma and tau na axis. So let's denote this as x circle. Dito naman sa y face, so this is y circle, yung sigma niya, tapos ang kanyang tau, which is tau y x. Diba? But take note that in getting the coordinates, you must incorporate the proper sign. Positive ba siya or negative? So in this case, yung sigma y and sigma x natin, obvious na positive siya kasi away from the element. But the shearing stress, you have to analyze pa, no? Pag ang tendency ng rotation is clockwise, that will be positive. Kung ang tendency ng rotation is negative, counterclockwise to the left, so negative siya. So example, kung sa x-face tayo, so kailangan para maging positive siya, the rotation should be to the clockwise, no? Clockwise. So mangyayari yon if ganito ang ating rotation, ay ating shearing stress na partner, diba? So this will be positive, while this one will be negative. So that's why here, kung ito yung state of stress natin, yung shearing stress dito is pa ganito, so dapat negative tau xy yan. Then, kung sa y face naman, yung positive is pa ganyan, diba? So positive yan na rotation clockwise. Then ito naman yung tendency niya is counter, so negative yan. So in this case, ang tau yx natin is gumanon, tendency is clockwise, so positive talaga to. Okay? So with the points, i-plot natin yung dalawang points na yan in our sigma axis at saka tau axis. Okay, so kung magdodraw kayo ng Mohr circle, careful tayo sa pag-draw. We should accurately draw the circle properly, yung mga points, as accurate as possible. Pero hindi naman kailangan na sobrang accurate. So, kung kaya nating i-scale na lang properly para hindi tayo mawala sa figure. Kasi kung masyadong malayo yung figure natin sa actual dapat na figure, so more probably maliligaw tayo ng analysis. Okay, so let's say for example, ako na lang mag-set kunwari ng values ng sigma x. So let's say sigma x is dyan. Sigma y naman is sigma y natin kung lahat positive ang ating sigma, so to the right of tau axis dapat. So i-draw ko muna yung tau axis at saka sigma axis. Okay, so let's say ang sigma x natin is nandito. Sigma y yan, and then dito yung ating sigma x. So tau x and tau xy, tau yx na equal lang pero opposite ng sign. So yung sigma y kasama niya is yung positive na tau. Okay. So, ito plus yung ating sigma x. Yan. Ito naman ang ating sigma y. Tapos, ito yung ating tau yx. Then, ito ang ating tau xy. So, this is the point x. Meron tayo, and this is our point y. Okay, so what we will do is to connect these two points, x at saka y. And that line will be the diameter of our Morse circle. And yung point sa line na yan, kung saan nag-touch siya sa ating sigma axis, that will be the center of our circle. So with that, pwede na tayong makadraw ng ating Morse circle. Okay. So ang ating Morse circle will be having its center there. Tapos, diameter niya to. So, bali. I-adjust natin. Okay, so let's say yan. Okay, x to, and then y. Okay. Now, yung center natin, meron siyang distance from our tau. Yung value ng kaniyang sigma. Diba, wala siyang tau. Pero yung distance from tau papunta sa center natin, tatawagin natin siyang sigma bar or sigma average. Okay? So, how do we get sigma average or sigma bar? Ito, formula na to class. You can use this one. Yung sigma x at saka sigma y lang natin. We just take the average. Okay, so i-add natin yung sigma x, sigma y, and then divided by 2. Okay, so another variable na parameter na meron tayo dito is yung kung mayroon tayong diameter, meron tayong radius. So, ito ang ating R, ito ang ating R. Okay, so in obtaining the value of R, pwede tayong mag-apply ng trigonometry. So, this triangle sa baba equals na sa triangle sa taas. So, kahit saan dyan yung gagamitin natin. And using Pythagorean theorem, pwede natin makuha yung R. It's just the square root of the sum of the square of its legs. So, yung isang leg niya is itong tau yx, di ba? So, i-square natin yan. Yung isa naman na leg niya is ito. From here to here. So, that is, para makuha mo yan, so you analyze the figure. Wala tayong isahang formula lang that will give us the direct value for the radius. Okay, so, I advise na i-analyze na lang mabuti yung figure. Okay, kasi possible yung circle natin, hindi lang siya to the right ng tau na axis, pwedeng nasa gitna siya. Okay, so meron tayong mga negative na values. So, medyo kailangan ng deeper analysis doon, ha? So, in this case class, kung kukunin natin itong isang leg ng triangle, how do we do that? Okay, so dito tayo applyan ng analytical skills. Kung meron tayong sigma, which is alam natin sigma to, from the center to the tau na axis, minusan lang natin ng sigma y, di ba? Ito, minusan natin ng sigma y, we will get this one. So, yun ang isusulat natin dito. Sigma bar minus sigma y squared lang natin. You will get the radius. Okay? So, ganun lang yung pagkuha ng radius. You just apply your trigonometry skills. So, erase ko lang to. Para hindi masyadong crowded yung figure. Okay? So, sigma bar okay. Now, yan. With the drawing of the Mohr circle, pwede mo nang ma-analyze yung stresses acting at any plane, acting at any angle. Okay? And you can see that the stresses acting at a certain plane, dito lang siya makikita sa ating circle, yung circumference ng circle natin. Bawat point in this circumference correspond to the normal ang shearing stress sa isang plane. So, isa na dun yung giplat natin na along the x face, along the x plane, positive x face. So, ito yung stresses na meron siya, sigma x at saka tau xy. So, another is yung sa y. So, iba rin yung dito, iba rin yung dyan, iba rin yung dyan. Okay? So, kahit saan dyan represents the stresses at a certain plane. Okay. Tapos, with the Mohr circle class, we can actually determine the maximum normal stress and the minimum normal stress. Okay, saan ba natin ito matatagpuan? Of course, yung maximum, yung value ng sigma na malaki, pinakamalaki. Yung minimum na sigma, yun yung sigma min, di ba? So, in this point, in this Mohr circle, yung maximum na normal stress natin, dito siya actually matatagpuan. Yung doon lang sa circumference ng circle. Diba? Tapos, dito naman yung minimum. Kasi wala nang mas liliit pa dito. Yan yung sa left end ng ating circle. Diba? So, usually, tinatawag yung maximum na yan as sigma 1. yung minimum naman na normal stress as sigma 2. Or, tinatawag din tong maximum principal stress. At saka, yung sigma 2 is minimum principal stress. Okay, so sino yung malaki, siya yung sigma 1. Yung maliit, siya yung sigma 2. Okay, so sigma 1 yan, at saka sigma 2. So, paano makuha yung sigma 1 and sigma 2? Makukuha natin in class by just analyzing the figure. So, I will leave that, I will discuss that on the sample problems na. Basta madali lang siyang kunin, just try to watch the examples. Okay, so yung location naman, yung location ng maximum and minimum normal stress natin, it's actually located at the principal plane. So, ang principal plane natin, class, is yung plane kung saan wala tayong na-experience na shearing stress. So, only normal stress ang meron tayo. Okay? So, if that's the case, principal yung plane natin, and pwede tayong magkaroon ng maximum na principal stress on that principal plane, pwede rin siya na maging minimum. Then, how about the maximum shearing stress? Minsan, tinatawag din nito maximum in-plane shearing stress. Kasi, in-plane stress lang man tayo. This is just a single plane. Yung X and Y axis natin, yung mga stresses doon, gi-project natin sa isang plane. So, our tau max, actually, ito yung maximum value ng tau. And we can see that it's the topmost or the bottommost. They're just equal. And the value of that tau max is the radius of our circle. Radius of our circle. Okay? So, tau max to tau max. So, yung plane natin na nakakaranas ng tau max, dalawa. So, one point is dito. One plane is yung ito yung stress combination niya. Then, ito naman yung isa. But, notice that itong tau max natin na dalawa, they both have the sigma value na sigma bar. Yung corresponding sigma bar nila. Right? Okay, so dun lang sila mag-vary ng sign sa tau max. Yung isa positive, and then yung sa baba negative. So kung positive, ang tendency ng rotation is clockwise, and then kung negative is counter. Okay. So another thing that we should note kapag sa Morse circle is yung angle. Okay, yung angle. So, if meron tayong state of stress, with this orientation, ito yung Y, and then ito yung X. Okay. So, diba, yung coordinates on the x-phase, yung stresses na nararamdaman dito sa x-phase natin, ito siyang x circle na yan. Now, let us say we want to compute the stress na nafe-feel dito sa plane na to, which is, let's say, at an angle 30 degrees from the horizontal. So, paano natin yan ma-compute? No, paano natin makuha? So, ang gagawin mo is, sa Morse circle, hanapin mo yung plane kung saan nag-start yung pag-rotate ng ating angle. So, nag-start siya from this line, right? Yung x, and then yung perpendicular sa kanya na face is itong x face. So, ito siyang point x dito. Then, mag-move tayo ng twice the angle here. Kung 30 dito, pagdating sa Mohr circle, 60. Tapos, yung way ng pag-rotate natin, dapat similar lang sa ating state of plane stress dito. So, from here, move tayo ng 60. So, let's say nandyan. 60 degrees. Okay, so we draw the line passing through the center. We draw the line passing through the center. So, this point here corresponds now to the stresses na nafe-feel doon sa ating x prime. Okay? So, as you can see, similarly, kung nag-move tayo ng 60 from x to x prime, yung y natin, mag-move din naman yan. From y to y prime, mag-move din yan ng 30 degrees. So, kaya may makikita tayong similar angle from y papunta dito. This is our 60 degrees. So, it's our y prime. Diba? Y prime yan. Okay. So, it follows na kung ang angle natin sa Mohr circle is 60, dapat alam nyo na paano siya ibalik dito sa original plane stress, state of plane stress natin. I-divide natin sa 2, ha? So, it's equals to 30 degrees in this case. Okay. Now, in relation with the angles, ano yung, based on our Mohr circle, saan matatagpuan ang ating principal plane? Saan matatagpuan ang ating principal plane? So, erase ko lang muna to. Okay. So, from the x face, itong x dito class, yung plane kung saan nandoon ang ating principal stresses, diba? Meron tayong maximum dito na principal stress, meron din tayong minimum dyan. So, from x, move tayo counterclockwise. Tawagin natin yung angle dito na 2 theta 1. Okay? So, if this is 2 theta 1, it follows this is also 2 theta 1, right? Then, para ma-distinguish, this is theta 1 because papunta tayo sa plane kung saan nag-a-act ang sigma 1. Ito naman is papunta tayo sa plane kung saan nag-a-act yung sigma 2. So, 2 theta 2 na lang yung itawag natin. Now, kung alam mo yung distance nito, yung length nito, tsaka yung length nito, pwede mong makuha yung angle na yan using trigo, no? Let's say tangent to theta 1 equals to opposite. Ang opposite natin dito is tau xy. Then, divide natin sa ito. So, that will be equals to sigma x, minusan natin ng, diba, sigma x from here to here, sigma x, minusan natin ng sigma bar. So, masosolve mo dito ang ating 2 theta 1. Okay, so, pag masolve mo yung 2 theta 1, masosolve mo rin yung theta 1. So, it means to say, in our state of plane stress, ito yung x, yan yung x class, and then move tayo ng same direction doon, counterclockwise, at an amount of, yung pusa ko yung nagmo-move ng iPad. So, yung x natin, mag-move siya ng theta 1. So, at this point, at this plane, dito matatagpuan ang ating sigma 1 at saka sigma 2. So, pwede tayong mag-draw dito ng element. So, ang stresses na makikita natin dito, since these are, this is the principal plane, so, mga normal stresses lang, wala tayong shear stress. So, let's say, nakuha natin dito yung sigma, ano ba to? Sigma 1 or sigma 2. So, makuha mo yan dyan, ilagay mo yung mga values. So, this will be our state of plane stress for the plane na nagko-contain ng principal stresses. Okay? Now, another thing. Ano yung location ng plane ng kung saan matatagpuan ang ating tau max from the location of the principal plane? Okay, so kung titingnan natin class, in the Mohr circle, ito yung nagko-contain, ito dito, sigma 1. Dito yung ating isang principal plane, right? Yung principal plane natin. Ito naman yung sa tau max. Yung plane na nagko-contain ng tau max. So, the angle between them is actually 90 degrees. Okay, 90 degrees. So, kung 90 degrees dyan, it follows that in the plane, hindi sa Mohr circle, yung angle between the principal plane at saka yung plane na nagpo-contain ng maximum shearing stress is 90/2, which is equals to 45 degrees. Tama? So, kung ito yung plane kung saan principal plane to, mag-move ka ng 45 degrees. So, at that plane, doon matatagpuan yung ating tau max. Okay? So, the distance, the angle between the principal plane and the plane kung saan nagko-contain ng maximum shearing stress is 45 degrees in the state of plane stress. But in the Mohr circle, that is 90 degrees. Okay? So, I think that's all. If may ma-miss man ako na concept, you can mamimit nyo din doon sa ating mga example, I think. And for further better understanding at saka kung may mga hindi man kayo maintindihan, you can browse our references, Hibbeler, Pytel, Singer, for clarity. You can also comment or PM if you have any question about this topic. Okay? So, thank you.